Hi, I'm Tom Finney and I'm here at the Hills Cerny Wick Quarry in Gloucestershire for Mammoth 2.1. In this episode of Mammoth 2.1, we will delve deeper into this historic site and get further insight from our experts, as well as outlining the process of fossil excavation in more detail.
Standing on this lovely viewing platform, and if you look ahead of you, you'll see there's a bit of a dip in front of us, a depression, and the undercut bank is where you see a breaking slope coming up to where the gazebo is. See there's a slope down, and it goes round and it bends round and it bends round again, and basically to the left, and that area was actually the ancient bank of the River Thames.
I'm here with Sally, who is one of the organisers of this dig, along with Nev. How are you doing today, Sally?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you very much. Very excited to what the day might bring.
That's great. So I was just wondering, how initially did you become passionate about paleontology and specifically this site?
So I was actually into amateur astronomy when I met Neville, and since meeting Neville I now look down rather than up. It's quite a new hobby for me, but we were visiting the site back in 2016 when we were originally looking for fossils, and initially looking at the Kellerways Formation, because that's quite a rare find in the Cotswold Water Park anyway. So we were finding lots of ammonites, things from the Middle Jurassic, 167 million years. And then it was probably spring of 2017 when the quarry had actually excavated a new section. So in the corner they just got to their gravel layer, because this is a working quarry owned by Hills Quarry Products, and it's because of their extraction system of gravel that we sort of saw this exposure. And I said to Nev, I said, oh look, looks like a plank of wood or something sticking out of that bank. And he said, go on then, give us a trowel, go and excavate it. And he knew that it was a mammoth bone. Of course, I'd not seen mammoth before, so I sat there for about 2 hours, and it was a humerus, and this humerus was huge, so it was mammoth.
Yeah.
So that's really how the Ice Age section for us sparked, finding lots of bones, and then this is where the nickname of the graveyard came from, because it wasn't actually material from one specimen. So this material was from a scattered river channel of various different animals and different mammoths. So we were finding juveniles, middle-aged and older mammoths. I mean, the tusk that we found back in 2017 was definitely a male bull mammoth, because it is huge. I mean, this tusk is huge. We actually managed to lift that last year at the excavation that was held last year. It was 13th of April 2017. I remember it very well, when we lifted a spoil. We had a small trench. The spoil went onto a side, and I saw that chocolate glint of flint. And I'm a bit goosebumpy now. Even these years have gone past. It's just that feeling of holding that tool. I mean, I'd never held a hand axe before. You see them in museums, don't you? And they're all behind glass, all protected. So it just fit perfectly in my hand, and I thought, who held this last? It's that feeling of, who held this before, and why did they drop it? Why did they lose it? Were they being chased by mammoths?
Yeah.
Or were they just discarding it like, disposable cutlery or something? So that sort of then we went to the Hills Quarry management and said, you know, there's definitely a story to be told here. And there we go. The rest is history.
That's great. So, on this dig specifically, I hear there's around 160 volunteers. How do you go about getting that many people together for something like this?
The last count was 186.
Oh right,
180.
I'm off there.
186 volunteers over this sort of 4-week, 25-day period. And the most exciting thing is that we've got 19 different universities being represented.
Wow.
So students of all sorts of levels in their sort of, you know, university life. 19 universities from around the country. That ranges from Edinburgh down to Portsmouth and all those in between.
Oh wow. I know you've never been working on this site for several years. What are the main differences you've noticed from the start to between every single dig up to this point?
Well, I think the difference this year is that we are able to get a variety of teams involved in looking at not just the Ice Age, because it's always just been about the Ice Age before. We need some teams looking at the Kellerways Formation. There's not much written about the Kellerways, so hopefully from over this next few weeks we can get students and professionals and experts in their own field all working on different parts of the Kellerways Formation, which is middle of Jurassic. It's 167 million years of, you know, so we've got lots of stuff that we can do research on, and the papers that will come out of this, and hopefully all the students and everybody will get involved with that too.
That's great, thank you very much.
Lower jaw, that's missing plates from the front and plates at the back.
Have 18 to 20.
So okay, let's count this one.
Yep. And they're called dental ridges.
Enamel, technically
ridges.
called lamellae.
All right, lamellae.
Yeah. Okay. So let's count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 4 or 5 missing at the front, that will make it 18. And assuming 5 or 6 missing at the back, that would take it to sort of 23, 24. So that's sort of very upper end plate number range for Steppe Mammoth, but intermediate plate number range for Woolly Mammoth. Is that just a rock?
This one? Yes. Check that. Stephen, keep it your eye.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
This is the biggest flower prize so far?
Yeah.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
It's our first tooth of this year.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm not going to wash it, but I've got to send pictures to the boss. That gets the comms team down.
Right.
Polish that.
So there we go. That's you know what to look for.
Yeah, excellent.
Can't miss it. This is a mammoth tooth.
First tooth this year. Mammoth tooth this year.
Do you know if it's a woolly or a Steppe now?
Well, we go clean it up, then Stephen's going to have a proper look at it.
Okay.
But he's not sure it's that transition sort of stage. There's a bit missing off that end, a bit missing off that end. So, but yeah, there you go.
We just need to find another 5 and we'll get past what we found last year.
That one will be a skull.
I think that'll be.
Plate mammoth
Yeah.
with a Neanderthal riding on top. That's what we want.
Can I do a mammoth Ep.2 before it?
Wow!
So, hand axe, when the flint expert was here,
No.
and a mammoth tooth. Well,
When?
some mammoth experts here.
And
Should we get an Neanderthal expert in tomorrow? Will I hold it?
yeah.
Still got some roots there, but
That's going to wash up
I'm
lovely.
going to sit in the quiet and do that.
Wow,
Isn't it beautiful?
isn't it? Isn't it going to be gorgeous? Where was it found?
Digger in
Digger.
Never
again.
regions. Never regions, digger.
Brilliant. The digger didn't hit it.
Nope.
Brilliant.
Yep, it came up with another bit of a nodule, so it came up, scraped, they've shouted stop. It's heavy.
Fantastic. Oh, I can't wait to see it clean.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get on it.
I might not go down then yet. I'm going to wait.
If you want to go down already. It's better than paperwork, isn't it?
It's going to take a while. Put that in it. It doesn't matter if that gets watery and muddy, does it?
No.
Cooking. What's cooking? He will probably be able to say how many or
Yeah. This is currently 13 plates of it.
So I'm here with Andy today, who's mainly looks after the overall running of the site. If you'd like to tell us a bit about your background and how you got into paleontology and what makes you passionate about this dig site.
Well, I suppose I originally got into it when I was 10 years old. I found a perfect ammonite down at Lyme Regis, and since then it's been a passion that's on and off throughout my life, really. So yeah, I've got my own little collection at home. Nothing spectacular, but you know, all around on my shelves around the living room, I've got my little prized possessions. So, and a couple of them are quite nice. So the new museum was setting up, and I lent them to the museum so that they could have a more of a range of fossils. And yeah, that was how I ended up on this dig. The museum said, would you like to come? I came and found out it's very, very hard work. It's a young person's thing down in the quarry for 8 hours. So what happened? I made myself useful when I wasn't in the quarry, collecting water, cooking, whatever. And that's how I ended up here this time, really, the second year. I was invited back. Obviously I did something right. Invited back, and I'm now like base camp manager, basically taking the load off Sally because she's got so much on her plate. If I can work this area, take that off her in a sense, then you know, it makes the camp perfect, I think. And yeah,
It's a brilliant job you do. Thank you very much for it. Cheers.
Okay, thank you.
Join us in the next episode of Mammoth 2.1, where we will learn about the on-site conservation processes and get a chance to speak to the students from the many universities that are involved in this historic event.